I'm considering a recent experience I had with a client of mine where there was a fear of driving, and one thing that I asked my client to do was to imagine that they were in the air looking down at the car as it was approaching a particular part of the road that they were anxious about. And from that point, my client just didn't feel any anxiety. And then when they will get kind of closer to it, then the body will change. And so that sense of watching oneself in the car while driving was a was an approach that dissociated, to use your words, or
Yes.
disassociated uh, the the observer's role and then the person who's being anxious in the picture. Does
Hmm.
that sound like a similar kind of experience that you're describing? I was just doing it as part of a visualization exercise.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're very, very similar. Absolutely. Yeah, that sounds very similar. Yeah. So yeah, and there's many different ways you can do that. Uh, but you just want to work on that a little bit more and just go back and you can rewind back through that experience and then have go through that, observe that experience again, feeling very calm.
Oh, wow. Okay. This is really cool. So for a
Mm.
person who may have a fear of flying, for example, it's a matter of, all right, let's see if you can bring up that memory uh, of you, let's just say, having a panic attack in the plane, but you're watching yourself instead of being the person re-experiencing it. You're kind of seeing it from an
Yes.
outsider's point of view. So it's a
Yeah.
very creative experience for that person, and they're not part of it, so they can kind of see it one step backwards. And because they're in what you call a trance state, like they've been inducted, they're relaxed, they can bring up that memory and see it from a different point of view. And then it's just going back there and revisiting that stress multiple times in a relaxed state. And then when they come out of that okay, I feel like I've been doing some informal hypnotherapy with some of my
Yes, it
clients.
sounds like it. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So it's just changing that reaction to that old program and have a different response to that old program because it's just a program.
Wow. Okay. So you've mentioned
Yeah.
program a few times, but
Yes.
we haven't defined it yet. When you say program, what do you mean by changing a program? Is that like an experience that you're talking about, or
Yeah, you could call it, yeah, I think you could even call it a memory or an experience.
okay, all right, cool.